They won't release the photos because the Johns are in the photos. Pam Bondi and Mike Johnson both said this week that they can't release anything from the Epstein documents because they have to protect the innocent. They never said the children. They won't release the photos because the men are in the photos. The men are in the photos. The Johns, the abusers, are in the photos and the videos. Epstein was like Diddy. He had blackmail on these people to ensure that they never turned on him. This is the evidence list that they have for the Epstein case. It doesn't give you the pictures or the videos, but it does give you the contents of the boxes. I have published this for free on my Substack. This is a partial list of all of the evidence that Pam Bondi has access to right now. She had a meeting with Trump back in May and told him that his name appears several times within the evidence. We also know that the Johns are in the photos. When Virginia Giuffre and other victims who had come forward to tell their story participated in the investigation into Ghislaine Maxwell, they had to go through books full of photos and identify for the FBI and local police if it was their body in the picture with the John. Jeffrey Epstein took photos and videos of the women and children he trafficked to his friends, both to hold those photos and videos over the victims' heads and to blackmail the Johns. That is why she will not release the pictures and videos. But no, Donald Trump wants you to just stop talking about Epstein, actually. Well, the only way I'm going to stop talking about Epstein is to talk about one of your other best friends, Vince McMahon, who is also in court right now for allegedly trafficking and sexually assaulting people. And though he continues to deny these allegations, he paid somebody $3 million to not talk about it. And very recently, one of the co-defendants in the sex trafficking case against Donald Trump's best friend, Vince McMahon, has decided to flip and actually help the victims instead. Vince McMahon also in court for a separate case where he allowed the rampant sexual exploitation of ring boys by one of the announcers. Vince McMahon, the WWE, and our current Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, have all been accused of failing to stop the sexual exploitation of ring boys by an announcer. Children as young as 12 who had a dream of being a part of the WWE were systemically sexually abused by one of the announcers in the 80s and 90s. And they're saying Vince and Linda and the WWE did nothing to stop it. Brent the Hitman Hart said last month that Vince McMahon became a predator and used wrestling as the backdrop for all of his evil. He said Vince will go down in history as just as bad as Jeffrey Dahmer, Harvey Weinstein, or Jeffrey Epstein. If I had a nickel for every time one of Donald Trump's best friends was accused of sexual assault, sex trafficking, or abuse of minors, I'd have 2 nickels.